Mera, Queen of Atlantis, number 6. I don't imagine this will be a long conversation because obviously it's written by Dan Abnett, art by Lan Medina. This is basically the trial by combat. This is Orm and Mera fighting, and the winner, because in Zebel's eyes will be the ruler of Atlantis, and and if Mera wins, she can take the army with her to go and help Arthur and Atlantis fight Wrath. And yeah, it's mostly that fight, and it's Mera kind of getting her ass kicked until she summons enough strength to overcome the very things that should be killing her, and she ends up beating Orm, and that's the issue.
Much to the chagrin of most of the people of Zebel, not the people per se, but she really only has her old trainer in her corner. But her grandma's going against her. Nereus is going against her.
Yeah,
they all want Orm to win.
It kind of turns out at the end though that her grandmother was like, "No, I pushed you in this direction because I wanted you to like rebel against me because that's the Zebel way."
Yeah, no, like, I think Grandma's full of it. I feel Grandma's she's a bandwagon. Like she very much reminds me. You don't watch Thrones, but she very much reminds me of Tywin Lannister, to where she's just like, "Oh no, I knew you were gonna do that. That's why I gave you adversity to make you stronger." I was like, no, you didn't. You beat it. I'm the Queen of Atlantis now, so let's go. I did like how that she had a bunch of tricks up her sleeve. Like we all know, Orm's the Ocean Master, right? He's got that scepter that can, it can channel the storms of the seas and whatnot. But she uses her aquakinesis. She uses the animals, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Zebel. She pulls a little bit of
which,
everything.
To be fair, are only there because they're trying a dirty trick to like fix the fight against her.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So she, much like John Cena, she overcomes all the odds and kicked out at 2.
And then she takes she locks Orm up. Orm at the end of this says, "Hey, can you at least go back to the surface to my new family?" After he's already said to her, "Oh no, my rule's more important than they are." He basically dismisses them, and then he wants to go back after he's lost, and she's like, "No, you're being arrested. You're going to jail."
Yeah. Yep.
Chula,
she's like, "You played yourself."
Yeah. Chula, you can go and tell them, and that's a really sad little panel when she goes to tell the woman and child that he's not coming back. But obviously, I mean, he tried to sell off his sister as a wife to the king.
He's not a good person.
No, he's not. Orm's a shithead.
I'm curious to see how Patrick Wilson plays him in the movie, because early on in John's run, we saw he's this leader, but ultimately he means well and he's going to do what's best for Atlantis. Versus here now that he's only driven about himself. So I wonder how much they'll play up that in the movie. Because I like that dynamic that just here he let it go to his head.
Yeah.
He just probably should have stayed on dry land, and he would have been better off. So, but no, I like it, and she takes the scepter because his scepter breaks, right? Like, or she confiscates it.
She confiscates it, yeah. Because when she shows up in Aquaman, she's got his scepter.
She's got the scepter.
This was an enjoyable enough little mini. It's kind of like it's a decent little add-on, but it's also very skippable if you don't want to bother.
Yeah.
That's what I can verify to that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what kind of upset me, where I go to read Aquaman this week and it says read Mera first. But ultimately nothing that happens with it, even if Orm had won and we see Orm writing in, it doesn't change Aquaman that much.
Well, yeah, but if Aquaman had come out last week and we'd read that, we'd know Mera won.
Yeah.
So that's why they delayed it.
Right.
But you'd expect Mera to win anyway, right?
Well, you would, yeah. But yeah,
I'm talking.
It's kind of like that's just fiction though. Like the good guy's probably going to win at the end, but you go through the motions of trying to pretend that they're not going to win.
Yeah, but my main thing with that is, in Aquaman, it's cool to see Mera writing in and we know how her story ends. But even if they had gone the other direction where she, Orm wins and Orm comes riding in with the forces of Zebel, it's basically she's just showing up as the cavalry,
Yeah.
So
I think
I don't think they needed to push Aquaman, is my point.
Yeah. The series as a whole, I think it was fine. It was perfectly enjoyable. I don't know if it necessarily lived up to what the first couple of issues kind of set it up as, because it ultimately just became this trial by combat at Zebel when I thought it was going to do more than that. So that's a bit of a shame. But
It was a nice piece on Zebel though, because I feel like we don't, now we kind of know that culture and why it's so different from Atlantis. But yeah, no, it's fine. More Mera. We all know how I stand on redheaded characters, so I'm fine with it.
Aggressively so.
So yeah, so ratings, Matt, what'd you give it?
So this was a solid 7.5.
Yeah, I'd probably go straight 7. Like I think it was fine, but it was mostly that one fight, the trial by combat.
Yeah.
And yeah, perfectly fine, but nothing super memorable.